Welcome back to another Forged Alliance Forever cast. I was about 5 minutes into this, the first time when I realized, oh, yeah, should probably have my microphone on, but... So, I restarted it, and this is the second attempt. So, up here in the top left corner, we have this blue ACU going by the name of Bias. He's going Aeon, and he has a 1400. These are not ladder ratings, as you can tell. It's pink, not red. And there's I was in observers watching this live, which is why Bias is that. But Bias is a 1400 global rating, not necessarily ladder. And we have pink UEF down here, ACU called Blimey. He is going UEF. I think I already said that. Don't mind that. He is a 1300, so theoretically he should die, he should lose, but we'll see, because I'm pretty sure in 1v1 rating, Blimey is actually higher, but I'm not sure. Don't take my word on it. We'll speed it up here, get things moving along. Got Bias queuing up, let's see, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 9 mexes on one NG. We got... It's going for a pretty heavy hydro. Ooh, he had the hydro up a lot quicker than Blimey. Blimey only had it half done when Bias had it finished. That's interesting. We got a movement order issue here. He's, well, just saying to just go drown himself in the lake there. I think Blimey needs to go to some counseling, because that's not normal. You should not want to drown your tanks. Bias, on the other hand, he's definitely going for a more defensive approach, it looks like. Here's another really long build queue for an engineer, several factories, mexes, hydro, point defense. Here's another one. I think Bias I think he's trying to lose, because these build orders are really long. And that Striker and Scout did kill the Aurora with it. See, this is the issue with long build orders. That engineer, he lost all of that progress, or all of that time he spent to queue that up, which I find that annoying, so I tend to stay away from really long strings of build orders. That's me. We do have no air out for Bias, with a bomber out for Blimey. Few interceptors, but this bomber should hurt. Yeah, alright, so we got 2 engineers on the first pass, which is enough to pay for itself, but judging that Bias has no interceptors, because he forgot to queue him up, I believe the bomber should do a bit more, but in second and third pass, it doesn't even drop, which is a big pain in the ass. See if it'll drop this time. It doesn't, it kills a third engineer, so it has paid for itself. And Blimey is actually coming up here with his ACU. Bias just as an engineer, which the ACU will secure this corner because of that. Bias has secured this corner, it looks like, because he's got, I don't know, 3 times. No, that's actually a Scout. He's got way more combat units than Blimey does in this corner, which could cause issues if Blimey wasn't paying attention right there. So he will be able to protect this engineer and keep it building. We see the water mexes just around here and here getting built. There are a few right here, which it could be a pain to build. You can go T1 Navy, I believe. Frigates can shoot up here and kill quite a bit. Not exactly sure how far they can reach. Let's see. It looks like Blimey has plans for a lot of spam. Bias seems content with 4 factories, 3 making combat units for now. Blimey being pretty aggressive with his ACU, and Bias is doing the exact opposite. He's just keeping it in his base, using it for build power. We actually see Blimey's engineer over here getting all of these mexes. He's probably going to get this one and probably this one. It doesn't look like Bias has anything over there to stop it. Blimey is getting the drone upgrade for his ACU, which Bias has an issue with a bit later once he realizes it. It does actually look, at least in this part of the map, that Blimey is massively outspamming Bias. Although I guess it looks like that all over the map, because Bias is getting up his some more factories, whereas Blimey's already got actually a T2 factory. And I said I wouldn't miss things. So, Blimey's got, I think, more than double the factories making combat units. Yep, Bias only has 4. Blimey's got this T2, which is a big help against Auroras, as long as Bias doesn't go T2. And there was one Aurora that got past that group. Send like a tank, send like this tank, just send it over there. Come on. I don't know, you guys probably were paying attention, but there's like a small group of Auroras down here that just Bias sent to into a larger group of strikers. Bias did actually notice the engineer over here. He stopped the building of 1 mech, but he doesn't have any torpedo units to kill the mexes, because water mexes are in fact underwater. As you can go away, mountains, go away. You can see they're underwater right there. So you do need submarines or destroyers or some sort of torpedo unit to kill them, which it can be nice. At the same time, it can be annoying if you're the one trying to kill them. Wow, Bias has almost all of his units right up in this little corner of the map. Yep, and here's where Bias has the issue with the drone. So this is going to be a theme throughout the game, where Bias is going to have most of his units up here in the top half of the island, and Blimey is going to have most of his units on the bottom half. He is making Moggies, which they outrange Auroras, so I guess they're good for that, but I don't know, I'm not a fan of them because they're such flimsy units. I like much more like the pillars that have a lot more health. There's Blimey kind of losing his air. Doing some damage though. He's got a few bombers queued up. See, one thing that the Aeon have, or I guess is a negative of the Aeon Land, is that they have such low health. It's insanely easy, just one bomber in like a pack like this right here, you got 8-10 kills around there. Whereas UEF or really any other faction, you need at least 2 bombers. And that is actually a lot of spam from Bias. Wow, he's got, that's a lot of units there. It looks like, wow, Blimey's just 2 more T2 factories. He's got an idle one right, nope, never mind, don't mind me. He's got his HQ and 2 support factories. These appear to be making pillars while he's making monkeys out of his HQ, maybe? Maybe? No? Alright, I guess not. Although it does look like Bias is pushing through the middle. No, yep, Blimey's just got enough to build up the units right down here where he can be able to stop that. I do think that if Blimey just pushes over with these units, he'll have enough to kill this group of units as well as knock out these mechs' point defense radar. I mean, if he doesn't, of course, like move them in or anything, they could take a bit of damage and potentially lose, but I know the Mongies outrange Auroras, so I wouldn't think it. Alright, so Blimey is going gun, which is amazing against Auroras when you're UEF, because that means you one-shot kill all T1A on land, which is incredibly useful for, one, if you get in a pinch, you know, you one-shot them all. Two, you'll vet incredibly quickly, where unlike the, let's say, against another UEF, how about, where it takes 2 shots to kill unit. Here you can see gun going to work. I love the UEF gun commander. We do actually have a group of 4 pillars and a handful of T1 artillery and T1 tanks pushing through the middle, which that point defense is really all that's there to stop them unless they just push right through here and take on these units. It does look like he's not pushing all of his units over there, which is a good thing because he's got, Blimey has 3 PD and a gun comm with 1 vet actually. Yeah, there's a lot of pillars down here. And what it looks like at this point is Blimey is going 100% pillars and T1 artillery, as well as navy. And one thing, I probably should slow it down, one thing I don't really like, there's 2 mexes right in the middle of Blimey's territory, which kind of need to be taken. That's just me. Blimey did get T2 on his ace use, that's going to be a pretty nasty guy to deal with. Whereas, unless Bias doesn't have the mod that tells us what he's getting, he is unupgraded and smash stalling a lot. Blimey is, he's probably reclaiming.
Under attack.
Yeah, it's gotta be reclaimed. And he's got enough power. He's got these 2 T2P gens down here. He's got good eco balance, whereas Bias is actually T3 land right now. He was mass stalling a second ago, and he is again. But if I was in this situation personally, I would probably control K a few, like maybe the air factories if I'm not using them, maybe a few of the land factories that aren't upgraded. I don't know, maybe upgrade more than 3 T2 maxes. No? No? Alright. And Blimey only has 1 T2 max, but the difference is he has more eco, it looks like, than Bias. The difference is he has all of this, as well as a few scattered maxes over here. He has complete map control at this point. Bias is just kind of stuck in his little corner with this essentially undefended area down here with, this is just essentially a block of artillery which can easily take out this point defense and move on to eliminate the Nexus and the radar. But at this point, this Harbinger is going to be able to do some work unless Blimey is able to get up enough T2 units to be able to kill it, which it's honestly not that much, but I'm not sure. No, never mind. He does. I was going to say he has the eco to go T3 land, but he doesn't. I wonder where it's all going. Oh yeah, I was told to by a friend to take this off, which I will do that next cast because I do realize it can be a little confusing or annoying in some cases. So this will probably, or hopefully, will be the last cast with this crap on. I like to use it when I play, so that's why it's on. And we do have attack battery going down here. And we do have a lot of reclaim up here, around here, all around here. The good thing for Bias is that all of this reclaim is essentially on his doorstep, where Blimey, he's got to reach up to this corner, to the middle, or to this corner to get a lot of reclaim. And it does look like Blimey is going to start working on the underwater mexes. Let's see. He does have a free. Let's see if he can, if he moves it in. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that has enough range to kill all of the base mexes, which could be dangerous. This could also be dangerous considering that Bias has no T2 engineering at all. I wonder if he's seen it. He has not, no. Bias really has issues with scouting. And Blimey has none. That's always nice to see. Mass income, at this point, I think this has gotta be reclaim. Yeah, he's on about 30 mass income without reclaim, which is not very much. And he is probably going to lose this max, because he has nothing that can counter these. Although, he is pushing through the middle pretty hard. He's got nothing really to defend from the attack from the southern area. Two Harbingers up here should have no problems until they meet the ACU, which that'll just probably overcharge them and it'll be done. That's always an issue with the ACU is, there's one. Oh, I think Blimey attack missile them. That's kind of funny. Yep, attack missiles. So, Bias has 0 T2 mexes. He only has 5 T1 mexes. That is really bad, if I do say so myself. 11 mass income. How do you sustain on 11 mass income? This Blimey over here has got 85 and still has not claimed these. I mean, he's getting to it. But, you know, you could do better than to just make T1 mexes and upgrade them. You know, T1 mexes over here, T1 mexes up here while you have an NG up there. Oh, that's what you're doing. Good. He does have, let's go back to Blimey. He does have radar out here, so realistically he should know that these 2 mexes, these 3, and these 3 mexes are relatively safe. Attack, unless Bias pulls something out of his ass and manages to kill them. It does look like at this point there's not much hope. There's another TML. There's Hydro, maybe? I don't know where that went. Maybe I'm just blind. Oh, wait. I do know where that went. That TML'd the reclaim, so Bias doesn't have any. That's a good idea there, Blimey. Nope, okay. They're just going for the T3 HQ, which he does not appear to have a 4th at the moment, which will keep that alive. Blimey's got quite the Air Force, and I think it's kind of pointless for Bias to make some air at this point. Yep, there's Bias. And it ends with the Control K from Bias. That... Oh. You got the T3 HQ just to add insult to injury. It seemed like kind of a stomp, but at the same time, Bias said it was 1 a.m., which I'd like to see him play Blimey at a good time for him. That would be an interesting game. I feel that would be a lot more even than this, which is kind of one-sided. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one.